Attack of the show. Attack.
This thing on? Welcome everybody to the Friday edition of Attack of the Show. I'm Kevin Pereira.
I'm Alice Hayslip. We are coming to you from the G4 Studios in Los Angeles.
That's right. On the show today, the best of this week's Around the Net, including a very suggestive exercise machine. Whoa. You saw it. And the world's most adorable racist. Look at him. Look at that little racist. Look at him. Who's a hater?
Aww.
Oh, and Women of the Web will go around the world in 10 babes. So if your country's not represented, see me after class and we'll talk about what your ladies are doing wrong. You know what I mean?
Plus, we'll dig deep into the nether vaults of Attack of the Show when we revisit our non-record-making stunt to create the world's smallest NES controller, then pit it head-to-head against the record-holding world's largest NES controller in a game of track and field. And we'll have our interview with the scowling admiral himself, Battlestar Galactica's Edward James Olmos.
Selena's dad!
Aww, so sweet. But right now, we're going to go around the net.
Yes, only the finest of this week's crop made it to the cherished Friday show spot. So, what do we have, Allison? What do we got?
Well, there's an oak-aged clip of a speed bump launching a girl into the air.
Yes.
There's a ripe and energetic shaking weight.
Yeah.
And, oh, the tiny racist. Yeah.
Delicious.
So we all know the wheels on the bus go round and round.
Yes.
You knew that, right?
But the kids on the bus, they go up.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why we do not have seatbelts on school buses.
Shouldn't that video be a reason why we should install seatbelts on school buses?
Yeah, if you hate fun. Why do you hate fun, Kevin?
I just hate...
Stop hating fun.
I hate...
Fun hater. Why are you so prejudiced against fun?
I don't have anything...
Fun never did anything to you except make you have fun.
I was more concerned about, I don't know...
Fun hater. You hate fun.
Okay.
Number 4.
All new.
All new.
Batman.
Spider-Man.
1 is for peanut butter. 2 is for tuba. 3 is for... Where did 3 go?
I don't know why I like it so much.
Batman. Spider-Man. Do you remember that 3 is your house? 1 for peanuts, 2 for tubas, 3 for house. Ta-da.
Those are like the kids shows I'm gonna treat that like Sesame Street for my kids.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Like I'm gonna tell them this is how you learn to count. And I'm gonna 2 for tuba.
Batman. I think I was like... Pfft.
I think that the lazy drag across the carpet is amazing, but like we love it now. It won't be as fun when the Batman Spider-Man movie stars Jim Carrey in both roles. But until that time, we can love it.
All right, if you watch G4's Comic-Con special on Saturday, which you should have, you may remember Kevin and Olivia's costume extravaganza. Yes, and you may remember Kevin's final costume, a raccoon with balls.
Oh, let's way to boil it down. Way to
That's
distill
what it
that.
is.
No, that was
Raccoon, balls.
It was a tanuki.
Raccoon, balls.
A tanuki, a mythical Japanese spirit of fertility and mischief. And to prove to you that I didn't just make this crap up, here's a clip from the old Studio Ghibli movie, Pompoko. That was what Hall H looked like at Comic-Con. It wasn't like that crazy. But to anyone who thought I was just making this up, I will accept your apologies in the form of cash and or chocolate or pictures of yourselves dressed as tanukis or
Oh, don't tempt
just trying to drape the tanuki over your girlfriend's back like it is a cape. Either way, just send me a photo or two. I'm lonely.
You saw how many keyboard cats we got.
That's all I'm saying.
All those Tanuki pictures. I don't think
It's a
I
lot
can
of
handle
stretched
it.
fur.
All right, today's number 4 video is courtesy of ABC Action News 13 in Toledo. They were on the scene when mayoral candidate Ben Knopp was heckled this past weekend.
And the merciless heckling, it didn't make it to air for some reason.
No, it's too bad.
But the cameraman who was shooting this thing has a blog, and thankfully this magic will now live on forever.
We're here today at Parkwood Avenue for the street that my mother actually grew up on, down the street.
Hey, make sure you guys get that camera right there.
Yeah. Are you done? Okay, all right. Let me speak my piece and maybe they'll come interview you afterwards and you can present your argument, okay? That's fair. All right. Take 4. Faulty. Okay, we're here on Parkwood for a very serious issue. Regardless.
I love that he wouldn't even get up from his porch to
No,
heckle.
he's like,
he was not interested in
Nope.
moving.
Just I can boo right from here. That's it.
He doesn't have television, maybe. This is only entertainment today.
But who planned the location of his little press conference? Like,
in front of this
of all
dude's
the
house.
porches in this town, go to another one. But that's the problem with the recession, is that
Yeah.
it's only increasing the number of drunks that heckle from their porch.
Kevin, it is the only work they can find, and I think it's very cruel of you to try to take that away from them.
That is true. That is true. I'm sorry.
Boo!
All right, okay. Today's number 3 item is a very new and exciting exercise product for the ladies.
Yep, and you know it's gonna work because this video tells you they did scientific studies
Ooh, where?
at a prestigious California university.
Oh, okay.
USC, Fullerton, UCLA, probably not any of them. If you want people to stop talking about your arm flab, the shake weight is for you.
People will start saying other things about you, though, so just be careful with that.
Big, heavy exercise machines are designed to create bulky muscles. Now, you can get the long, lean, defined look you want. Introducing the Shake Weight, designed specifically for women. The Shake Weight is based on a completely new workout technology called dynamic inertia, which ignites the muscles in your arms, shoulders, and chest, so you feel them tightening and toning instantly. In just 6 minutes a day, the Shake Weight defines your biceps, your triceps, your shoulders, and chest. You get long, lean, toned muscles, never bulky. Get the revolutionary, easy-to-use Shake Weight for only $19.95.
The one who was like bouncing off that one girl's chin. That was so bad.
That was horrible. That was like.
Take it back. I don't want to be in television. Sorry. It's a little repression.
I don't know what I think about that video. I'm kind of upset by it.
But you want to order 2?
Obviously, for both arms.
You shake and move. So good. Today's number 1 item proves that, maybe you'll agree with me, I think kids just say the darndest, most racist things.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is from an 80s children's quiz show from New Zealand called W3. It starred a beloved media icon who also happened to have a name that sounds like it was pulled out of World of Warcraft, which I love. Selwyn Toogood.
Yes. I delivered 12 wolf paws to him, actually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then he sent me across the world to get 14 ruby eyes.
Right, and then I logged out and said, "Nerds, how can you play this?" Present company excluded. But very few quiz show moments can jam an entire dramatic arc into like a 14-second exchange, and this is the exception.
When we refer to someone as yellow, we consider them to be what?
Chinese?
Not Chinese. Over to Jerry and Murray. No. Yes, Jerry.
Cowardly.
Cowardly is correct.
I wish he was playing a violin and the piano and crying while he gave the right answer. That'd have been a little more on par.
That little Australian kid is never going to live that down for the rest of his
No,
life.
and I would not want to be that kid's parents after that taping.
No.
That would be the worst. Not that I want to be anybody's parent, but...
Wait, okay, but you've had your share of awful quiz show moments. I think we need to be honest about this.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, Morgan. I don't know.
Quiz time?
Quiz time? I've never heard of it. As maybe I should DVR it or something. I just
we
never...
actually taped an appearance this morning.
Drawing a blank here. Don't know what I did this morning, but it certainly wasn't.
Just roll
quiz.
the tape.
Okay.
We now join quiz time, already in progress.
And we are down to our final round. First question. In 2009, Forbes magazine named this city the worst place to live.
Halifax, Nova Scotia.
No, Kevin. Morgan.
That would be Stockton, California.
Absolutely correct.
Come on! No, Halifax is horrible.
Everybody knows it's Stockton. We've been trying to kick it out of the state forever.
Yeah, but Halifax is bad.
Okay, moving on to our second question. This large terrestrial animal with a voracious appetite also has poison glands and is treated as a pest by many farmers.
Oh, I got it! A Nova Scotian.
No, Kevin, no.
What is a Nova Scotian?
A cane toad.
Very good.
Come on, man.
What? You've never heard of the cane toad?
No, you obviously haven't been around many Nova Scotians.
We would have also accepted giant Nemo tropical toad or marine toad.
I would have also accepted a Nova Scotian. No, I'm saying all they do is eat, and then they spit poison at you through their eyes.
Well then, moving on to
Check the wiki. Let's go. Final question, Chuck.
third question, final question. This land, home of the powerful necromancer Sauron, is described as a dying land not yet dead, infested with maggots and flies, marked with a red eye-shaped blotch.
Yeah!
Kevin?
Nova Scotia for the win!
No, sorry.
Okay, all right, hosers. Okay, hold on a minute. All right. Well, I hereby shut this program down on behalf of the Canadian Anti-Defamation League. These hosers have said enough bunk about Canada, eh?
Wait, no, it's Nova Scotia's a dump. Morgan, stop taking it. Hey, you will never say that's me. Morgan,
listen, you audience at home. Canada's a fine country, eh? Come up for our healthy exchange rate. Then stick around for a game of hockey. Snack on some poutine. Sit on a Chesterfield. Drink a 2-4 or some maple syrup. And learn the metric system, eh?
Still ahead, everybody. Germans.
Zwei.
That's all you need to know. That's it.
Deutsch. They're riding shoulders in WTF.
No.
Right after this.
Germans.
Zwei.
That's all they need to know.
Eins.
This portion of Attack of the Show is brought to you by the all-new G4TV.com. New, improved, awesome.
With rides, whips, and hoons.
I'll tell you what's up with hoons. They're getting to where they're going this week as fast as possible. They're actually doing it in Bugatti's Veyron, which is the fastest car in the world. In the world of automobiles, what you pay for is what you get. But if you're still cruising in that old clunker, well then here's a few dream machines for you to drool over. For all you billionaires out there, you'll want to get behind the steering wheel of the Bugatti Veyron, also known as the fastest car in the world. This speedster boasts an impressive 8-liter, 1,001 horsepower V16 engine. It goes from 0 to 60 in 2.3 seconds and has a top speed of 250 miles per hour. Besides the serious muscle under the hood, the Veyron's body is aerodynamically engineered to reduce drag and maintain its structural integrity at high speeds. This road machine is already available, so there's no reason you shouldn't own one, unless you can't afford the $2.1 million price tag. Next up, Mercedes-Benz is revamping a classic model with the SLS AMG Gullwing. EMG CarTech leaked footage and images of this latest model, which claims to have a 571 horsepower V8 engine and the iconic swinging doors that'll put a DeLorean to shame. Although details are still under wraps, Mercedes projects that this car will go from 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds and have a top speed of 196 miles per hour. The SLS AMG will be officially debuting at the Frankfurt Auto Show this September and will sell for nearly $300,000 when it hits the streets in 2011. For those who'd rather burn rubber instead of fuel, Tesla Motors is adding a new addition to their electric-powered family with the Roadster Sport. This zero-emission sports car runs on a 288-horsepower motor that'll take this baby from 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds, just a hair faster than its standard Roadster counterpart. This car has a 220-mile range on a full 3.5-hour charge, which isn't bad considering that conventional speedster engines are burning up to 9 miles to the gallon. The Tesla Roadster is already available starting at $128,000. That's the price you pay for hauling ass while staying green. So if you're looking for speed, power efficiency, and style, well, you might need to rob a bank or two before you start speeding down the Autobahn in one of these luxury Roadsters. Fetishes. Fetishes. You know them. You love them.
No, actually, I don't.
You love them,
I really
Allison,
don't.
especially the ones that ruin the fun of piggyback rides.
Oh, I hate those.
You love them.
What the?
Ah, the piggyback ride. A classic position that brings joy to playful couples everywhere. But on the outskirts of the internet, there's a stranger side to this seemingly innocent pastime. It's called shoulder riding. And no, that's not a term of endearment. But seriously, what the Shoulder riding is a communal fetish where people get together and willingly ride on each other's shoulders. It was inspired by the practices of sadomasochists who would punish their S&M slaves by forcing them to carry them around on their backs or shoulders. Shoulder riding is closely related to the jodhpur fetish, which is for people who like to literally be treated like ponies, spanked, mounted, and ridden. Psychologically speaking, an enthusiast of shoulder riding finds joy in animalistic behavior. The idea of being controlled by someone physically weighing them down connects them with a sense of animal ownership, similar to practicing S&M. In Germany, however, things are different. The roles are reversed and the enthusiast is the one doing the riding. Whether it's on the streets of Munich or a lush hill in the city of Hamburg, the Germans are always looking for the shoulders to ride on. Online, these videos have become rampant, with dozens of community websites and forums like ultimateshoulderrides.com. There's even a shoulder riding club where members share casual ride pics from the beach, concerts, and Chuck Norris, a Walker Texas Ranger. We had no idea you were into that. On YouTube, of course, there are several channels for this fetish as well. In fact, one user prefers riding on older men, shirtless, while others simply enjoy getting sat on. Yeah. So if you thought the piggyback ride was nothing but good, clean, wholesome fun, well, think again. This harmless act can easily lead to shoulder riding. And we're not saying that's a bad thing. No. We're just saying, what the
Still ahead, we unveiled the world's smallest NES controller and pit it against its much larger brother in an AOTS classic.
Then we'll have Edward James Olmos live in studio to talk about Battlestar and his trip to the UN.
And later in Women of the Web, we'll pit beauties from around the world against each other in a death match of hotness.
Ooh.
Definitely do not want to miss this.
Hottie death match.
Hottie death
No losers in a hottie death.
Heaven says eat.
With you on Iron Man 2 it was so awful.
What?
It was awful.
So awful that. Oh, what?
Would you please take us into the Attack of the Show Wayback Machine, please?
Okay, Allison.
Thank you.
The year was 2005. Does that work out to 2005? Does it?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, that's what it was, 2005. Then Baby Bottom Smooth Attack of the Show, fresh off its capture of the Guinness World Record for the world's largest NES controller, decided that one record was not good enough.
No.
They wanted more.
And what happened?
Using its world-famous creativity, the show decided that it would try to make the world's smallest NES controller. And this is their story. All right, just over a month ago, Attack of the Show made history by securing the world record for the largest game controller with our giant NES controller. Look at that. That's a beauty, isn't it? Don't fondle the controller.
I want to
Chris.
see if I can
Just
hook up
play with
this bad boy to my original NES, the Rob. Remember the Rob?
You would have
no
a
one
Rob,
else remembers the
wouldn't you?
Rob.
You're such a nerd. No one's
I
old
know.
enough to remember the Rob out there.
I
Come on
am.
now.
I am
No.
old.
I definitely remember the Rob. It's awesome. But what do you think of this bad boy? This isn't.
I love it.
It's
Can't
impressive,
wait.
right? Have you had a chance to play with it yet?
I'm going to give it a ride, I think.
Okay,
I'm gonna give
just,
it a ride
how about you
later.
just push the buttons and play a game with it and
I'll do
stop
that.
creeping out the audience at home, Chris.
Okay.
Jeez, all show long. All right. Well, apparently you haven't heard the Last of Us record books. This time, we're taking it to the opposite end of the spectrum. Please welcome our world record-holding engineer. You do have a world record for this, don't you?
Yes, I do.
David Randolph. David, thanks for joining us on the show.
Thank you.
I'm glad the viewers at home finally get to see you because you really were the mastermind behind this controller. Excellent work. It was a big hit at E3. Everybody loved it. But now you've got something new up your sleeve, right?
Absolutely.
All right, so tell us about it. Apparently, this is it right here.
Yeah.
It's almost easy to get lost on the table, but look, there it is. Size of my finger. What is that?
It's a little bit wider than an inch, about the total mass of a quarter.
This is an actual functioning controller.
Exactly.
Seriously.
Up, down, left, right, start, select, A and B.
All right, so every button works, and so this is a tiny little bad boy here, but what's in the box? What's this connected here? Are you cheating? Is this where the smoke and mirrors begin, David?
I'm cheating just a little bit.
All right, why?
Basically, the chip that's inside of the original NES controller
Mm-hmm.
is a little bit larger than my actual controller, so I
Okay.
had to put it somewhere else.
Gotcha. So this is what's inside of, this is a regular NES controller. Inside we have this, and that's the chip that you're talking about, right?
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's basically hiding it in there.
All right, so now what do you do to actually build one of these? What steps do you have to go through?
Well, I have to make a PCB out of this to actually make it all work.
Okay.
And basically, PCB is a printed circuit board.
Right. Now, to make one of those, you need a clean room and radioactive suits, and it needs to be all white, dust-free, something like that, right?
No, pretty much the most expensive tool you need is an iron.
Okay, an iron. So how does that work, really?
Well, basically, you need some paper, which is basically press and peel paper.
Okay.
And you're going to print on it the actual image that you want to put on the circuit board.
Okay, so this is what is comprised of our tiny little NES controller. This is
just a
what
little
you
bit
printed.
smaller.
Okay. We pop it on there.
Plop it on there, and then you go ahead and iron it out.
Now, is there a particular setting you like on the iron?
I like
David?
polyester. It's coming
Polyester's
back.
good. Okay, good. Good.
So, working with that. And basically, you're going to end up with piece of copper with this little pattern on it.
Okay.
And you're going to soak it inside of PCB etching solution. And basically, this stuff will eat straight through you, so be careful.
All right, you look like the bad guy from RoboCop.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, gotcha. So
Great
don't play with the acid. And now the acid is strong enough to eat through copper, but not through printer toner.
Exactly. It's one of those magical things of electronics.
Right. Okay. So this is the circuit board with the ironed on, and this is it after you soaked it in acid, and this is after you've cleaned off the ink from it. Correct.
Right. Just use a Brillo pad or some sandpaper, and it gets rid of the toner.
Very nice. All right. So you're done with that, and now what's the next step?
Well, the next step is I got to figure out how to make the buttons work. And basically, I did that by just taking a piece of paper and cutting out little holes for where the buttons are.
Okay.
And then I put that down on top of the PCB. And then I take this simple printout here that I made. It's nice and pretty. It's got all the buttons
Yes.
and everything we want on it. And I cover the back of it with this copper leafing.
Okay, and the copper leafing, once you push down, it pushes the leafing through the holes, the spacers that you've built, and that's what makes the contact to trigger the circuit, right?
Exactly.
Very nice. So how much time, what are we talking about? Time and money-wise?
Well, a person can do this in about 8 hours.
Really?
It's not that hard, so it's definitely a project worth trying for.
Very nice. And you've given them everything they need to do it pretty much on our website, right?
Complete articles, tons of warnings, everything you need to know.
Very nice. David, you have outdone yourself yet again, but we did have one more thing. Chris brought this in. We washed it first, but is there anything perhaps you can do with this bad boy? I don't know if you can dream up anything.
I think I can come up with something a little bit evil for it.
Let's see it, David. Let's go. Mod
All
that
right.
thing. Get that zapper going. In the meantime, Chris Gore's been talking a little trash since he got his hand on the big controller.
That's right.
So I think it's time to put you in your place.
Let's do it.
Dr. Gore. So we fired up on the NES. We've got the track and field going.
Yeah.
The controller is so small, folks, that I have to play with these tiny, tiny little sticks here. These are the only way I can trigger the thing. So let's do it. Let's make it happen.
Okay, good. You ready?
Yeah, let's go. Let's
Here we go.
Enough
Here we
talk.
go.
I'm ready to
Head
put
to
you in
head.
your place. Let's go. All right. So we're going to do a little two-player 100-meter dash here.
You ready?
I am getting ready. I hope my sticks are in the right spot. Hold on. And don't jump the gun, Gore. Ready? Go.
Here we go.
Yeah. All right.
Hold that little thing.
Ah, come on. Come on.
Come on.
Run.
I'm
hitting it. I'm hitting it.
What's the matter? What's the matter?
You stop, too. Yeah, what's the matter with you? Hold on. You got a cramp, but I still have potential.
You're right.
Hold on. Make it dramatic for television. Stall. Stall, Gore, stall. Make a dramatic.
No! In your face, KP! I beat you! I beat you!
This controller sucks! David! Sorry. It's actually, no, it totally works. I'm not really good.
Really? Really? Do we have time for a rematch?
We don't have time for a rematch.
We don't have time for a rematch?
Nope. I'll let you go out on top. That's fine. Allison, are you working on anything for the 2009 Fantastic Fest?
No. Wait. What?
The Fantastic Fest.
What's that?
It's the annual genre and cult film festival in Austin.
No.
No, okay. Olivia and I have been hard at work. We're trying to get our film entered into the festival. I think we have a chance.
Good luck.
Thanks. Why don't you watch this and then decide if we need luck?
All right, let's get the little clappy thing. Good snap. Good job, Tony. And let's jump in 3, 2, action. More vertical. Let's get more jump here. I need higher jump, like a video game character. And bigger boobs. Show me boobs.
Kevin, my boobs can't get any bigger. We already
I need
stuck
bigger
them.
boobs. Squeeze them together. Pretend you're hugging a tree trunk.
I can't do it, Kevin. I can't.
Cut. Cut, guys, cut.
My boobs can't get any
Cut,
bigger.
stop. We're stopping down.
It's packed. Do you see this tissue?
This is our entry for the Fantastic Fest video game trailer competition. It has to be
perfect.
Okay, then.
Tony, we're stopping down. Don't touch those lights, Tone.
Well, Kevin, why don't we just ask the master?
The master?
Hi, my name is Uwe Boll, as you maybe remember.
Uwe Boll? Director of Postal, Blood Rain, In the Name of a King, A Dungeon Siege Tale? That Uwe Boll?
Yeah, Kevin. So, hey, Uwe, do you have any advice for our video game movie trailer?
You see that horse there? I hope your movies or whatever you put in here is not bull or horse.
Okay. Okay.
That was really good advice. I'm gonna hold on to that one, Uwe.
Yeah, it's a keeper.
But do you have any other advice you want to give us?
As you see, we have some small lights here on set, and you as a student filmmaker should really use the same light setup to make a great movie.
That's why you're the master.
That makes sense. Yeah. Do you have a great idea for a video game movie? Well, Attack of the Show wants you to send us a movie trailer inspired by your favorite video game. Your trailer will be sent to our G4 panel to stand in judgment, where we will find the best entries based on creativity, technical execution, and something we call the wow factor, patent pending. The best trailer will be chosen by Dr. Uwe Boll himself, and the final 2 teams will be flown to Fantastic Fest in Austin, Texas, where he will announce the winner to be revered and worshipped for all of eternity. Go to the all-new G4TV.com/fantastic to enter.
I hope he likes our film.
I don't really care. As long as he doesn't punch me again.
Stay tuned. The best television admiral since the Love Boat will join us on stage. Mr. Edward James Olmos.
We'll be right back. He'll be right angry. We'll see. This portion of Attack of the Show is brought to you by Gillette Fusion. Gillette's closest, most comfortable shave. We were honored to have Battlestar Galactica's Admiral Adama himself join us in studio. Of course, that's Mr. Edward James Olmos. He was here.
It's incredible. Here's one of the final scenes from the series. So if you haven't finished watching yet, please close your eyes until you don't hear explosions anymore. Close.
This one's still alive. Get him the hell out of here. They got the girl. They've got the little girl.
Just makes it a lot easier. I just take the little girl and I'm out of here.
Not a chance.
Yes. Shoot him! Ladies and gentlemen, Edward James Olmos is here. How are you, sir?
Excellent. Excellent. And I want to thank everybody here at G4, and especially all the people that we've been around over the last weekend at Comic-Con.
This was your first Comic-Con, right?
First time on the floor. And
I'm sorry. And how are you holding up?
It was fantastic. I mean, it was hard because, I mean, everybody wanted to say hello, thank you, and take pictures. So it became a real.
Right. You become really adept at
patience.
throwing elbows.
I didn't
2
have to
days
do
into
any of
it.
that.
No, did you have the swarm
No,
of
because
elite
all I had to
security
do was
guards?
start talking. Everybody froze. Everybody shut up. Everybody froze, and so I would start going into soliloquies on why the plan is such an incredible experience that they're going to love, and everybody shut up. There were thousands of people that came to hear us speak.
Incredible.
It's been amazing what Battlestar has done.
Well,
I gotta tell you.
that's the thing, because for a television show, yes, you can speak to the fans, but you also get invited to speak to the United Nations.
First time in the history of this planet.
I mean,
first time.
I get invited to Pizza Hut by 14-year-olds,
Let me tell you,
and that's about it.
We had the entire assembly and extra people. Everybody came. And the reason that we were invited because of the content of the show. And the outcome, and this is the first time I'm doing it on a national space, an interview.
Mm-hmm.
The outcome has been the change that no one even knows about. This is the first time it's going to be said, okay? The United Nations changed their charter 3 weeks ago after Battlestar went and spoke at the UN. They changed the entire understanding of their charter that was written in 1947, like their Constitution.
Right.
So that they will never use the word race as a cultural determinant again. Therefore, there's only one race, and that's the human race. And that came out of, and the only way it could come out was because Battlestar went there and started talking about reconciliation and the stuff that we talked about, and how there was only, there weren't different.
Right, race is a human invention in the connotation that we were using it.
Race is solid in understanding that there's only one usage of the word. The usage of the word means it's the human race. There is no.
Right, and that's why I said in terms of segregation.
Listen to this. This is what blows. You can go online right now and put it online. You won't believe it. But nobody knows. Nobody knows that the charter has been changed. The UN will never use the word race as a cultural determinant again. Neither should we. That's the moral of the story.
Well, but why?
So after I was done, I just turned to the entire UN and I said, because the head of the UN was speaking, and I said, he used it. He used the word race as a cultural determinant, and I didn't say anything. Then Whoopi Goldberg said, everybody was talking, and I didn't see nothing. I was kind of depressed, and I couldn't understand it. And then Whoopi says, Eddie, how do you feel about that? I said, I shouldn't have been invited here. That's exactly what I said. It's online. You can watch it. I said, I shouldn't have been invited here. I don't know. I'm sorry. But, I can't believe that you just use the word race as a cultural determinant. I'm at the UN.
Right.
And so I blasted him, and it's right on. I did 4 or 5 minutes.
How do you respond to this? He go, my bad. Let's get the little charter update.
You know what he said? He said, after he put his head down, and by body language, you knew that the guy was really, really, really out there. He had really got hit, blindsided.
Mm-hmm.
I blindsided him, and he said, "You're right, Ed. And under the, our Constitution, our charter, we use the word race as a cultural determinant." And I said, then you should change it. And I said, so say we all. Yeah! and the place went ballistic.
That's incredible.
It went nuts.
So why?
And then 3 weeks ago, they came back and said, just 3 weeks ago, nobody's even printed it. I said it today in the news for the first time. This is the first time it's going out over the airwaves. The entire charter of the United Nations has now proclaimed that they will never use the word race as if there was a black race, white race, brown race, yellow race, indigenous race, ever. So if we use it, we're making the biggest mistake in the history of this planet, because there's only one race, ladies and gentlemen. That's a human race. So think about it.
You just got learned.
No, we didn't get learned.
They just got learned. That was a schooling. You took them to task.
It was one of the hardest things that's happened to me, because it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Battlestar. We would have never been on that floor. Did they invite The Sopranos? Did they invite West Wing?
Yeah.
And they discussed very major situations. What caught them was the fact that Battlestar and their writers had decided to take on what it is that's happening, like reconciliation. Can you imagine the reconciliation between the Cylon and the human being? How did that happen? How could it happen? When did it happen? How did they get to talk? If the Palestinian and the Jew could only see Battlestar, they'd understand how to reconcile.
Trying to get some people in the VO booth and make sure that it's done for their region.
People turn to me and they say to me, Eddie, but that's fake. That's it's make. I said,
right.
The UN just blew you guys out of the water. Because as far as the UN is concerned, it gave them the ability to talk about reconciliation, about children in war, okay, about terrorists, about, major pieces of information that are going on today on the planet. And that's what they need to do at the UN.
Well, I'm glad you came here and shared it with our audience.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
And letting me speak longer than...
No worries. You guys
usually only get on here for
get a box set or 12 and give it to the world. It's because we need some healing.
What you got to do, if you want to see more, buy the Blu-ray.
Is that what you said at the UN after we changed the charter? By the way, it's coming out in Best Buys. Get there on Tuesday.
I said it so many times. At the Comic-Con, people started coming up and going, Blu-ray.
I love it. Edward James Olmos, everybody. I'm sorry.
Let it down. Hey,
we're out of time, man. They're going to cut to break. But go ahead.
Cut to break. The Plan coming out October 27th in your stores. If you buy more than 350,000 to 500,000 units in the first day, we'll see many plans.
There you go.
Many more.
Pick it up. Support the Blu-ray.
Go for it.
Edward James Olmos. Stop saying race.
Yeah.
Jerks. Thank you, sir. Thanks, For all the Olmos you saw today and more, be sure to check out g4tv.com/AOTS. And there you can actually see Adama's 20-minute interview with our highly talented and very sexy web team.
I thought he was going to go 20 minutes on our show.
Yeah.
I know.
I did too.
All right, this August, 4 of the world's best online poker players head to Vegas to try to win $2 million in 2 months using their own money in G4's new original series, 2 Months, $2 Million.
Catch the premiere of 2 Months, $2 Million, August 16th, only on G4, and check out 2m2mm.com for an exclusive tour of their Las Vegas mansion and footage of the Playboy Playmates visiting the set. Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, kick your parents out of the room, kids.
Still ahead, we are going around the world on today's Women of the Web.
That's right. That's coming up right after this. Stick around.
I took out an AppleCare policy on this show, but when I tried to return it, they told me suck isn't covered. Boom.
Fun fact for you kids at home, hot ladies exist in all the nations of our globe except for 7. You know the one. You don't have to call them out.
Today's Women of the Web will take you around the world in 10 babes. We tried for 40, but we didn't want to overload your brain's hotness receptors. Why?
Let's be honest, the world is full of beautiful women. So pack your bags because we're taking you around the world in 10 babes to count down our favorite international models. We're kicking off the list with the best that Australia has to offer, Jessica Gomez. This Sports Illustrated swimsuit model looks hotter in this frilly gold bikini than a shrimp on the Barbie, and we'd gladly get lost in her outback. At 9 is Yuri Ibihara. Yuri is one of Japan's top fashion models. She got her big break in a commercial for CanCam cameras. One look at her official fan site's photo gallery, and you'll know exactly why Yuri and great pictures go hand in hand. Number 8 is Valentina Desi. She's a beautiful Italian and one of Double Viking's international babes of the day. We like Valentina so much that right now we're actually trying to not compare her in a tight red bikini to a spicy meatball. At 7, representing South Africa, is Candice Boucher. We have no excuse for only discovering this 6-foot-tall, blue-eyed babe last week. But luckily, these itty-bitty bikini shots gave us a perfect reason to keep our subscription to FHM South Africa. Number 6 is a Norwegian goddess, Rebecca Tisnes. It may be cold in Norway, but that doesn't stop Rebecca from rolling around in next to nothing. Take a look at her gallery on Uncoached, and you'll swear that you're visiting Valhalla. 5th place goes to Joanna Krupa. There are a ton of models from Poland, but we went with Joanna because of her impressive MySpace gallery. she's definitely blowing up stateside, which hopefully means less Polish jokes and more Polish ladies for everyone. Number 4 is England's own Lucy Pinder. She's representing the whole UK thanks to her amazing natural assets and her willingness to show them off. Check out Lucy's official website for the reason Old England's always so jolly. Taking the bronze for the USA is Marissa Miller. Blonde hair, hazel eyes, and tan skin. We couldn't be happier to have Marissa saving our spot on this countdown. Careful though, because one look at her official gallery may leave you mindlessly chanting USA. Second place goes to Adriana Lima. No nation has more hot women than Brazil, and Adriana is the cream of the crop. We can't stop staring at her pictures on Fashion Model Directory because Brazil's numerous beaches means tons of bikini pics. Viva Brazil! Wrapping up our sexy world tour is Israel, home of Bar Raffaelli. She's the new cover girl for Sports Illustrated's 2009 swimsuit issue thanks to her perfect body and trance-inducing good looks. Bar was born to wear bathing suits as small as these, but we'd happily travel the globe to see her in a little less. For more Women of the Web, head on over to g4tv.com/podcasts and subscribe to the Women of the Web podcast.
According to our fail Doppler 9000, there is a strong fail front making its way towards the show right now.
Yeah, it looks like it's being led by Andrew WK attempting to do a weather report for Tulsa's Fox 23. We recommend that you panic and run to your basement to hide.
Andrew WK joining us here with the weather.
Hello, everybody. As you can see, it's a beautiful, clear sky. This is a great. You got one building here, you got another building here. Now, both of these buildings are going to remain there throughout the day, okay? I think you're going to be pleased with that. You have a large gray cloud scooping down. Now, you want to watch out for that. This is looks essentially like a panhandle or some kind of a. Now, you see, there's a little green in there. Don't mind that. It's not slime. It's just a little alien invasion there. Today is Friday. Sunday is the day that comes after Saturday, and then you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. This is how the week works. This is something I learned.
Awesome. Andrew WK. Awesome stuff.
Yeah, to be honest, I'd rather have my trailer demolished by a tornado than have to suffer through any more of that.
Yeah, look, love you, Andrew.
Yeah.
Like, really, cool guy, good music, but...
It's just awkward.
Graphics package. Finish him.
Go to the all-new g4tv.com/AOTS for all the things you saw today and more.
X-Play is up next. You kids enjoy that. And have a good night. You have a good night.